Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy. It is the AFL Armchair Advisors. We are back in the studio for week one of what is going to be a gigantic finals campaign for AFL season 2022. Could not be more excited to be here, boys. It's been a big 2 weeks off. We've just had a spell, refreshed, recalibrated, back and ready to go. I am Rich of the Armchair Advisors, and I'm going to be guiding you through 4 of the biggest games that we'll have seen this entire year. I bloody love week one of the finals. Joining me, of course, is the human calculator, and he is the bank account bandit. Bookies fear him and admire him. He is Sensible Dan. How are you, bloke?
I'm great, mate. I feel great with a week off footy. We all love footy on this program, and as do you at home. That's why you're watching. But it is so nice to have a week off just to get yourself ready for what is going to be a massive 4 weeks of finals.
Yes, sorry, Bob. No, indeed. And joining us, of course, it's no show without Punch. Speaking of Punch, he's been cage wrestling. He's been slamming teenage girls for fun. He's now eating his body weight in Maccas. It is the human fooper. It is Desmond Van Bus. How are you, mate?
I'm actually insulted because you called him the human calculator.
Yeah.
Let me remind you, who is the mathematician here? It is me.
I
am the human calculator.
He does, yeah.
He's got you.
I am the human calculator here, and I would like you to acknowledge that, please. as Boop Boop says, acknowledge me.
Well, what I will acknowledge is how many quarter pounders you've been bashing down in the last week or two. What's been happening? What have you been doing?
Not much, mate. Not much. Can you see something a little bit different this week? Do you see any new attire?
Yeah, what's
The fat gut. That wasn't there last week. What's going on here?
Not the wet gun where I've got the look tucked over the belly button.
Oh no, that's how you know it's
tucked
bad.
over the belly button. No, can you read this football team? I've been to a very special football team this week. Can you?
Really, you are repping, and it's it looks like something you got at an Avengers convention. It's representing the How Long Football Club. Where in the hell are they?
So they are the How Long Spiders. They're in. I don't know where they are. They're in How Long.
Jesus Christ! Oh look, I love a carefully planned
Show,
which he's done his homework.
Do you know what? They're just out there.
Look, he may be the human calculator, mate, but he's not the human dictionary.
Or Atlas.
Or Google Maps. None of that.
I'm not the human map, I'll tell you that right now. I'm the human gunt. Nah, How Long, about 10 minutes out from Wodonga.
Yep.
And where the old man said, I'm watching this footy team. I don't even know who he was going for. All I heard was How Long Spiders. And they were the opposing team.
So you said, Dad, get me some merch.
I said, Dad, is there any beanies out there you need to contact? So you need to contact someone from the How Long Spiders.
They are my second favourite football club, regional football club, after the Myanmar Fighting Cocks.
They
are my favourite by a long stretch.
It's pretty tough.
This is tough. This is actually a tough singlet as well. And the beanie, I love the beanie. So thanks to the guys at How Long. And
good on you.
Good luck in your finals campaign.
They're playing finals?
I have no idea. I just like the team.
Or good luck on Mad Monday.
Yeah, either which way, get around it. And
remember to stay out of your mate's pants. I can confirm, not good.
That just sucks, doesn't it? Oh, gee whiz. No, there'll be none of that nonsense around here. 4 gigantic games. It's week one of finals. It's probably my favourite week of finals because the intensity is just frenetic. The games, everyone's just on a knife edge. This is what they've been playing for all year long, and it's finally here. It's finally here. We're going to get into it. Tips, bets, predictions, the whole box and dice. Without further ado, gentlemen, on a Thursday night, elimination final at the Gabba. If you don't bloody mind, it is the Brisbane Lions taking on the Richmond Tigers. Desmond, How Long Spiders Van Bus. What's going on here, fella? Who do you like?
I froth every game this finals campaign. And do you know what? Last year I say the same. A couple of years ago, I'm going to say as a teenage bus. As a teenage bus, I wasn't a fully licensed bus.
A mini bus.
A mini bus before I was the double decker we know now. Sure. and by double decker I mean double dicker, as they say.
Well, I tell you, the bottom deck's looking decidedly swollen at the minute.
Not double gunter.
No.
How are we going? Nah. You look at some finals games and these ones with these elimination finals, some of them can be a whitewash. The 2 that are coming up now are not whitewashes. Anyone can win. Realistically, you look at it and go,
on their day, exactly.
And I've got the Tigers winning this. I'm going to say that outright because my description will be misleading. But I really have a little himpering. Don't even know what that word means.
Well, it's not one. I think that's a Pokemon by the sound of it. Yeah, he's got a Ken Hinkling.
I like it.
Sure, yeah.
A Ken Hinkling.
Yeah, sure. Of what?
That Brisbane could sneak it here, but the betting odds have said that Richmond are going to win. I think the Tigers are going to win. I think they're in much better form. I think they've got a lot more heart. But, I don't know. Like, if Brisbane get on the attack here, they could hurt Richmond really badly. And we know that Richmond are losing games. The times they lose games is because their defense is not sloppy, but they let in easy goals. And Brisbane can capitalise on that.
I've got an interesting little stat for you. You said the betting odds are saying that Richmond is in prime position to win this one. I'll have you know, Richmond is currently listed at $1.70 odds. They have won 20% of their matches when they've been listed at those odds.
Well, they started at what? It was $1.90. I think it was like $1.91 a piece. And we sent that in. We said that was value, and then it's gone down. But I just still, if Brisbane get off here in the Gabba, and I know they've lost a couple in the Gabba this season,
well, Dan,
could be danger.
Dan, you'll recall last time these two played, Brisbane got out to a real hot start. It was something like 11 goals 6 to 5 goals 6 at about half time. They just went bang. They went bang, did not look back. Richmond wound them back in with a lot of intensity and pressure and just not prepared to lose the game. Credit to them.
Yeah.
Brisbane, that's been their modus operandi for a lot of the year. Smash them hard, smash them early, take the foot off the pedal and coast to the finish line. And I've seen that too often for my liking. What do you think?
I agree with both of you. I think the Tigers are going to be getting up here, and I do think that Brisbane is going to struggle against Richmond's forward line. Brisbane's defence has been shambolic, to put it simply. And the Tigers' forward line is just humming. Absolutely humming.
Oh, it is.
Even Shane Edwards, I've got him in my bets for an anytime goal just quickly, $1.59. He's kicked 5 in his last 2. Now, he's not even one of the names that gets mentioned.
You know who has me frothing at the tip before you say it? Big Cummies.
Cummies.
Oh,
Big Cummies.
Oh, no, not Cummies.
Big Cummies.
Oh, we can't talk about Cummies.
Cummies is slowly becoming one of my favourite forwards in the AFL. I love it. It's
hard not to love Cummies.
I love Cummies.
I'm guilty for this. I mentioned I was discussing Noah Cumberland in the group chat earlier. I referred to him as Cummies. Desmond obviously bit into it with both
Gusto,
jaws,
yes.
with both sets of jaws.
Yep.
Yeah. And I regret it.
No, do you know what? Nah,
You should know better by now.
I really like Noah Cumberland. I'm a massive fan. And for you to call him Cummies has moved into the top 5.
He's into chol category.
I don't know.
Rarefied cholware.
Big regratty. No, look, Lynch is back.
Yes.
Martin's back.
Yes.
Graham's back.
Yes.
Cam Rayner is
Wow.
out.
Did not know that.
Cam Rayner is out. Answorth is out. Marcus Adams, out.
They're thinking about giving Darcy Wilmot a debut. That tells you all you need to know about where the Lions are at right now. Look,
I said I have a hinkering, and the hinkering is slowly getting put out.
We have all been fans of the Lions at various points over the last 4 seasons. This is quickly crumbling.
Yes.
They've only got a 38% win rate against top 8 teams this year. So they played 8 games against other finals contenders. Only won 38% of them. I just don't... It's very unlike me to write a team off before the game's even started.
Unless it's Sydney.
True. I don't give the Lions much of a chance here.
No, I'm strongly in agreement
Even
with
at
you.
the Gabba, though?
No, well, so who
got
cares
a
about the
feeling,
Gabba?
man.
Where did Richmond win their last flag?
Yeah, and it hasn't really helped Brisbane that much. Like it's not the Gabatoir anymore.
No, it isn't.
Brisbane, not as much ticker, hey. They just do not have the ticker.
I strongly agree. No, look, I've got very little else to add, fellas. Tigers, they just know this time of year far too well. Got all the right blokes back at all the right times. They're not afraid of going up to the Gabba and getting a dub because they've had it before. Tigers 1-39, easy as that.
Don't you froth Dusty? You've got to have Dusty in your multis because he's going to sit up forward and just kick pies. You're assuming that that's his role. He's not going to play in the centre.
No, he might relieve someone like Edwards or Graham for 5 minutes here, 5 minutes
I think
there.
it'd be like a 30-70, 40-60, something like that.
I don't even think as much as that. I think he'd be pretty much sit forward all day and maybe 20%, 25%.
Didn't he? Kick 5 in the big... He was in the prelim, I believe.
It'll be
against Brisbane.
utterly dependent on whether the midfield's getting tanked or not.
Yeah.
If they're getting destroyed in there, which I don't think they will, but if they are,
they can hold their own.
Well, that's a fearful forward line now with Lynch, Rewalt, Cummies, and Martin sitting forward. Like that's terrifying. And Harris Andrews
with
is
Bolton there.
Bolton lurking, and Harris Andrews not in all Australian.
Bolton missed out on training, personal reasons.
Nah. No, you get up.
Why would you worry about him, mate? He's of that level where he doesn't even need to train.
No, exactly.
To play.
Natural athlete. And I'm worried. If I'm Harris Andrews, I'm worried. Not in all Australian form. Not playing with any sort of dynamism. Nah, I seriously, it's bad for the Lions. It's a bad story for the Lions.
Tigers.
It's all Tigers all the way. Daniel, Talk to me about some bets.
I already told you Shane Edwards for an anytime goal, $1.59. Like that one. I've got Mo Rioli for a goal as well. Now, that is dependent on whether he is the man that gets axed for Dusty, because he may well be. Someone's
Momo.
got to cop it.
It won't be Momo.
Do they want to win a flag? Or
be like Tyler Sonsi or something.
If he's a sub, I'd still back him in for a goal because he'll get a run at some point. Hardwick loves nothing more than a fake injury and bringing someone on. He just loves it. I've also got your man, the stink pig, for a goal. $1.30.
He's taken the stinky stink beans out from under me.
As soon as I saw it was $1.30, I had to include him.
Where'd you get him at $1.30?
Sports bet.
Because I got him at $1.33 on Ned's.
There you go. Fine. As soon as I saw the 0.3, I don't.
He's mad again.
It's the
mass contest.
I'm not mad at all.
Take care of the cents, and the dollars will take care of themselves.
Cochin 20 plus, Prestia 25 plus.
I like that. I also had Presti.
I don't get mad, mate. I just don't get mad.
He gets even. Yeah, he gets even. No, I also had bench Prestia for 25 disposals.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, no, thank you. I had young Uncle Stink Beans. I had Melissa to kick a goal for the Brisbane Lions.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Mum. Big Cummies to have two, absolutely. Dan, Mick, should I stay or should I go? Absolutely slot him down for a goal because he's now showing off his wares to Collingwood. All right, so every goal he kicks,
he's 1 foot out the door, mate. He's there.
Yeah, I know, but
Holden Centre come at me.
No, but if he kicks 2 points and gets 8 disposals of an elimination final, if I'm the Pies,
he'll want to be out of Brisbane ASAP.
Yeah, exactly, but no one's going to want him. So, yeah, Dan McStay, anytime goal, thank you. Lockie Neal, 25, paying $1.20 at the minute. Pretty low, but for a dude to have 25 who's largely expected to win the Brownlow, I couldn't go past it. And Kitty Coleman, 15, didn't have it. I think he hit 17 or so last week, missed it on the 2 weeks beforehand, but he was coming back from injury. I'm backing him in. It's going to be sitting in the Brisbane Lions back line all day long. Kitty Coleman, it's stat time.
Do you like Neil for Brownlow?
No, not at all. You know where I sit.
He's a favourite. I don't know why.
No, you know where I sit.
I don't believe it.
You know where I sit when it comes to Brownlow.
I just don't agree.
I'd froth if took one.
I just don't agree. I mean, obviously it's not all one game, but since I saw him get destroyed by Jai Caldwell, I've just been off him, like really off him.
I agree. I strongly agree.
And I just don't think he deserves it. I haven't seen Clayton Oliver get tagged like that all year.
I'm gonna be real.
I haven't seen Andrew Brayshaw get shut down that badly.
And I'm going to be real rough here and say I don't think he wins as much of his own ball as he did when he won his first Brownlow. I think blokes are looking for him a bit more. I think Hugh McCluggage is my midfielder du jour in that Brisbane Lions unit at the minute. But hey, look, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Let's have a look at the Friday night qualifying final at the MCG. This is an absolute whopper. I tell you what, it's got Big Bertha written all over it. It is the Melbourne Demons versus the Sydney Swans. Dan, open it up for me like a tin of beans, brother. What's happening?
I'm going to kick it off with my tip. I'm taking the Swannies here. I'm taking the Swannies. They played 8 games against other top 8 teams this year. Won 6 of them. The best win percentage with Geelong in the top 8 against other top 8 teams.
Stats.
They love nothing more than the big games. We keep thinking about the games. They lost to Gold Coast and they were shithouse. They lost to Essendon. Absolutely terrible. But against top 8 teams, they get up for it. And I think Buddy, either way, whether he stays or goes, he absolutely would know that this is probably his best and last chance to win
get a flag. I'd have thought.
And I think that the Sydney boys will be perking up just a level to try and help him get there. They're coming in with 7 wins in a row. Only Geelong betters them. Geelong's had 11 wins in a row. That's incredible. But so Sydney, 7 in a row since that Essendon game. They've got no standouts every week. Just a bunch of teammates doing teammate things, all looking for each other. No one cares. No one cares about getting 30 touches and 7 goals.
Yeah, we know multi-burners.
No, actually,
they actually are multi-burners. And anyway, that's beside the point. Melbourne coming in, beat Brizzy. Should be feeling pretty confident, but I just like the Swans more here. I feel
like it's stupid to say this when you look at Swannies coming in off of 7 games, but if you look at the games individually, I feel like Melbourne are coming in off better form. I think they're coming in off better form in the way that they play. Like
Swans have won 7 straight.
No, I know it sounds stupid to say that, but you look at how the Swannies have been playing, how they beat teams like Collingwood. Who they played last week? Who they played 2 weeks ago?
Swans played St Kilda.
Yeah, St Kilda.
They played Saints. Like, win's a win.
They took the foot off a bit there in the last quarter and a half.
Win to win. It wasn't a win that you wouldn't call your grandma.
I wouldn't have.
You?
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't call your mum about. And the
they are
Collingwood was the same.
they're the only team that has withstood Collingwood's pressure for 4 quarters and just
Live to tell the
Did
tale.
it easily. But that was interesting too, because you do watch that game and you thought it was more than the 20. I think it was like 26 points or something. It did look like more, but Melbourne. Oh, they're building, aren't they?
No,
they're building. They're making the D's faithful exciting.
I actually just don't like they did that against
Brisbane. It looked fantastic.
But prior to that, it was just like this.
It was seesawing, man.
Ordinary.
It's interesting. It's a very this is my game of the round.
No, look,
Easily.
you're trying to get firm in pant for the D's. Let me tell you now that Sydney have won 2 of their last 3 encounters with the D's, and they've also won 7 of their last 8 bouts at the MCG. Desmond, now come on. That's form. That is form.
Repeat your comment about the D's that you said to me.
I said you're trying to get firm in pant for the D's. Tell me I'm wrong. What?
Can you just?
What are you doing?
Haiku time.
Oh, no.
Haiku time. All right, get the chimes out. Are we ready?
Always.
Because, and that's not a part of my haiku, because then I'll go over the syllables. Begin. Desbus said Melbourne won't go far in finals. I not change. D's loss.
I not change as well, just to try and come in under the syllable. Yeah, I go. Yeah. Well, why did you waste as a?
It was 6 syllables, and I go, what can I do here? Let's add a
of all the
suspicious.
Of all the words in the English language you could have chosen, you chose a sound.
That's how I finished. It was my full stop.
Are we even surprised?
No, not at all. I've been plumping for the Swans this whole time. I don't know, man. Melbourne. There's just too much class. There's too much class going through there. And I know, as you said, the Swans are playing good team football. And ultimately, that's what you want from a finals contender. They've got a great mix of experienced heads and youngsters, yes. I just can't write off the reigning premiers playing at home after just belting the suitcase out of a fellow finals contender the previous week on their home deck. I just can't get past it.
Swans flag, realistic?
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah, for sure. Everyone, I would have thought everyone bar the Bulldogs at the minute is realistic for a flag.
Brisbane aren't winning the flag.
Yeah.
A billion things that have to go right.
I'm telling you,
Brisbane.
Freo aren't winning the flag either.
Probably not.
Look, I still think Freo could if everything broke right, but we'll get to that in a moment. Fife being out.
We shall. Look, yeah, as I said, Demons smashed the Lions. I don't know. Does that say more about the Lions for poor prep, poor execution? Tried playing a different game style, didn't work out for them. Mm-hmm. D's feasted. Maybe. I don't know. I think
it's a mixture. I honestly think it's a mixture. The D's form coming in has got me excited because I don't think they didn't look great against Carlton. They obviously won and they did what they needed to do. And that was a huge turning point for them, I reckon.
We said it was stupid 5 weeks ago when you wrote Melbourne off. It would still be stupid to write them off now. I don't know. I just really like what the Swans are doing.
I agree.
You can't realistically write Melbourne off.
You are an idiot. You are.
They've shown me that they weren't showing much, but they have lifted to finish off the season.
This is going to be genuinely class versus work rate, I think.
This is game of the round, 100%.
I agree with you. It could break either way. Whichever way it goes, it's going to be a ripping game. You have to pick someone. I have to stay with the reigning premiers. I've got to go Demons 1-39.
I like it.
Yep.
What have you got for bets?
Oh, yeah, no.
I got the Vietnam Swan.
I got the
Vietnam Swan, 1-39.
Interesting from you.
It's the AFL Asia team, by the way, guys. I'm not.
Look him up.
I'm not racist.
Look him up. Track, anytime goal. He's had, I think, 2 in his last 2 or 3 in his last 3, something like that. He's building at the right time. Your man, Will Hayward, can't not kick a goal to save his life.
$1.43 at the moment.
And it's rude. What? It's rude.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Did you know how many kicked last week?
They just forget about him? How
3.
Many?
Immediate price rise.
Let them forget about him because sports bet being asleep at the wheel.
Old Gordon. That's what I called.
If we had a bet low medal, he would absolutely get it for me.
Oh my God. And Stink Beans would be polling in the top 3.
Hayward just a class.
Now, I did have Oliver 30+, but now I'm thinking Mills is going to just sit on him all day, isn't he? Play that defensive mid sort of a partial tag type role. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe avoid Ollie. Maybe avoid him this week. Just possibly. Clayton Ollie Flower. Eat a different vegetable. Don't touch him.
Flower.
Eat a different vegetable. But I will have Angus Brayshaw, 25 disposals. Thanks, Mum. James Harms as well, 15+. Hasn't gone under that, I think, in his last
Jimmy Arm's been in good form. He's even when Melbourne have been in average form.
But his last 7 or 8, I don't think he's gone under. He's gone under maybe once in that time. That's consistency, and I love it.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Speaking of Jimmys, I'll have Robobot for the Sydney Swans to have 20 disposals. Thank you. Your man as well. I'm pinching one back. Errol Golden, 15 plus for the Swans. I also had Oliver Florent, speaking of Flowers, for 15 disposals. Golden and Florent, super freaks, and also super regular when it comes to just getting their 15, 16, 17, queuing the rack. I'm very happy about it. Now, if you put all of those together, you're in the vicinity of genuine like 15, 16 bucks.
Beauty. I had a Jake Milkman for a goal.
Milky.
Because he's been good.
The milkman.
He has been very good recently. $1.31. And hyperpenis Chad Warner, 20 plus disposals.
I nearly spat.
$1.33.
You know, he played 13 games prior to this year. He's just rocked up, taking the world by the scruff of the neck.
When was he drafted? Last
2020?
Yes,
2020.
wow. Yes, maybe 20. Somewhere in there. So, great work from him. Now, 2 games down, 2 left. Now's perfect time after this wonderful, filling, meaty football chat. Now is the time to pollute your palate with some utter crap in the form of Desmond's Scramble. For week 1 of the finals. Des, you got a little scramble.
So,
what's the go here? For anyone that's just tuning in on the offie, they just found
it used
us.
to be a 60-second scramble where
Do you remember that?
I do.
you had 60 seconds to answer as many questions, but I decided I get too excited and it goes longer than 60 seconds and I have too much to say. So now I just pick anywhere between 5 to 10 questions.
Working days.
I'll just ask the boys. And I've decided this week it's a special one because we're going to talk a lot about teams that have made finals, but we aren't going to talk about teams that haven't. So I've got 10 questions. And it's related to the 10 teams that have not made finals.
Let's punch these out.
They're a bit dumb. They're a bit dumb. It's not. This is a bit of fun.
Oh, they're a bit dumb, are they? That makes a change.
Can we? I've got them written in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
But I can get you guys to pick the teams that you would like to answer the questions on that haven't made. Do you know what I mean? Would that be easy?
I reckon just ask them. We'll probably collaborate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This has turned into a collaborative effort most weeks. So
it's not bad though, because you help me. You support me mentally and emotionally. I try to reciprocate, and together, like a married couple getting through a severe crisis, right? This what we're dealing with here is the death of a pet, and just time and counselling will get us through. All right,
we're going to start with Adelaide. We're going to start with our boys, the mighty Crom, and which player loves to eat pickled beetroot?
Pickled
Who
beetroot.
pickles a beetroot?
I would say Elliot Himmelberg, German background.
The Dragon.
German background.
The Dragon.
No, you don't reckon?
Potentially, yeah.
Swedish background.
Oh,
What do you
no.
think? It was Scandinavian.
What?
Himmelberg
He's German as. What are you talking
German,
about?
yeah.
Nah,
just
he looks
quietly.
scary,
Did either of you watch the final the other day? The
did,
Sandful final. See Billy Frampton flip the crowd off.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things. one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That is a man.
Twice, yeah.
That is a man who's on his way out of the club.
That is a man that loves pickled beetroot.
Actual.
I was just in awe,
This is great.
like watching local footy.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Come over here then.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So good.
Go on then.
All right, this one's nasty, by the way, Carlton fans close off. Which Carlton player loves an early holiday?
Oh.
Oh,
Literally all of them.
Yeah.
cop that one in the bloody dick
They
hole.
all do.
What do you, when you
No
mean
other,
an
no
early
other
holiday?
explanation for throwing the game like that.
Oh,
All right,
ouch.
an early holiday.
Wow.
An early holiday. So they
Was he deaf? Like, I'm just
No,
gonna,
well,
like,
they were booked out.
Yeah.
They were booked out all throughout September,
Mm.
but they decided to go on an early holiday.
I'll say Jack Silvani. He's the people's champion. He got a Guernsey the other week because the Carlton faithful were clamouring in the stands. I didn't see him do a lot in that last game.
One of the most wholesome moments watching him be ejected after the game. After giving Jason Horne-Francis hell about his team being shit.
And all I could hear was the sound of Jason Horne-Francis just beating his own meat into oblivion. Yeah.
I felt so good for
Oh, what's
Jane.
that? Clarko starting?
I felt so good for Horny. So good.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Big
All
win.
right, moving to the Bombers. And Bombers are very indecisive at the moment. They've been dropping people. They've been saying Clarko's in. Well, guess what? Which Essendon player can't decide on their one true love?
Conor McKenna.
Yeah.
Oh, do I like the AFL? Oh, do I want to play the Gaelic football?
I hate that.
Oh,
I
what do I
thought-
want to do? Do I want to be in
Bloody
Oz?
flowers flying everywhere.
Do I want? Fuck off, Desmond. I'm gonna say my thing, and I'm just gonna shed hair all over the place. I'm saying Conor McGregor.
Yeah, yep. I have to agree with that.
All right, jump on this
My mind
one.
went to a dirtier place, but I'm going to leave that out.
Nice. We're going to up to the Gold Coast. Which player has a fetish for yo-yo biscuits?
for yo-yos. They're actually delicious.
They are.
Just by the way.
And they work with everything. They work with the tea. They work with the coffee.
They are actually great.
What one works with cummies?
Fetish though.
Crush them up into small pieces. Bit of ice cream. I tell you. Umpire
A
please.
bit,
A
bit of
working
cummies,
man's
is it?
dessert.
Or what? A bit of cummies or?
It looks like it afterward. Gee whiz. All right, who rates a yo-yo up there? Nick Holman. He's got yo-yo biscuit written
I
all
feel
over
like he'd be much more bland than that.
Oh, come on. You can't get much blander than a yo-yo.
You can.
What's blander?
Milk arrowroot.
They're horrible. They're shit house.
Bland,
I
yeah.
feed Daisy the milk carrot. We buy it and she has that's her biscuits.
Oh, no. That's rough.
She loves them.
She
got
would,
non-
dogs would, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a dog and the most you've got to look forward to in your life is getting fed a milk arrowroot biscuit, bro, I'd jump in a pond. I'm out. No biscuit.
Who'd have a fetish for yo-yos? Charlie Ballard.
Yeah. Like that.
He'd have a sweet tooth.
Most of those blokes. Sam Collins. Yeah.
Another nasty one from the Giants. I'm going down to a bit of a colder location.
Oh, no.
They have not lived up to their potential. Which player especially has not lived up to his potential?
At the Giants.
This is a serious question.
Yeah, he's gone banging. He's investigative journalist at long last.
I mean, obvious one for me, Lockie Whitfield.
Oh, what?
You guys love him. I just don't.
Do you mean
see it.
this season or like in
general?
the course?
In a whole thing. Lockie Whitfield's got time.
Tanner Braun.
What do you mean? He's like 25.
He's old.
Tanner Braun.
Yeah, but he never wanted to be there anyway.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
that's funny,
I'm waiting.
They're not interested in him. Apparently, he's getting barely any interest outside of GWS at the minute.
He'll land somewhere.
Well, yeah,
Ooh,
probably.
come
That's
back
fair
later.
though. It's fair.
Do
fair,
something.
Fair call.
Do something.
All
Perk
right.
up.
And this one's quite a personal one.
Oh, hello.
It's a personal nickname
Oh, no.
from the Hawthorn Hawks.
Oh, no.
Which player is known as the helicopter?
If it's not Sicily, don't talk to me. I promise you, he's in the bathrooms. He's in the showers.
He's a
afterwards.
helicopter?
Mate, I tell you. Hovering.
All right. Well, speaking of helicopters, Dan, which North player is a silly salmon type operator?
Oh, no.
A silly salmon.
Oh, no.
As in, like, you're talking literally like jumping into bodies of water.
Am I? What am I talking about?
I'm assuming you are. Zohar.
Yeah, actual.
He would love that kind of thing.
I'd have thought.
And he would be the kind of bloke that if Nick Larkey said, hey Cam, jump off this bridge into open water.
Oh, okay.
Do a silly salmon. Yeah,
What if he-
absolutely.
what if
Peter Griffin
Anything
style.
for the boys.
What if you say get your silly salmon out?
Oh, no, come on.
Maybe.
This is a family show.
Maybe still Zohar.
This is a family show.
Oh, way. All right. The serious one. Port player. Which Port player should move to Adelaide?
To Adelaide.
To the dirty.
Now, when you... Are you
Who
being
would
deadly
you-
serious?
Are
Because
you speaking from a Port perspective or a Crows perspective or just like a neutral?
if you're speaking from a Crow's perspective, you could just
Do a
throw
Brad-
dart and
Brad
say,
Symes.
like, there's
Connor Rosie.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
From a
but
Crows perspective.
like-
realistically, Brad Symes.
Okay.
Who's the Brad Symes of the Port team?
Well, let's be real. Every time this has ever happened, it's not worked out. Like Brad Symes, meh.
Frampton.
Frampton, meh.
Brad Symes is much better than Frampton.
Well, it depends who you talk to.
Broke
Who's
his tongue.
currently...
Is he?
Oh, not as a player, but like the impact on the team. At least he played, and he was a decent winger.
So we're just as neutral fans. You're
Yeah.
saying if you're the Crows, who should...
And you want it to be a realistic...
Yeah, realistic. Not like Ollie Wines. Or not.
Oh,
you know
well, because I would say someone like a Tom Cleary would just be crucial at the Crows. They need an
Yeah.
experienced back
He's
so
underrated
badly.
too.
But
We
he's
would
get,
froth him. He'd get
he's
absolutely-
right age profile.
absolutely chonked off by all the Crows fans. Whereas
Yeah.
Port fans don't know.
Cleary's probably a good shout, actually.
All right. Which St Kilda player can't handle the Luna Park rides and vomits every time? Because Luna Park obviously in St Kilda. I thought I've made these a bit more serious. I'm quite interested in your answers.
Interesting.
I don't know if anyone on that team looks like a barfer.
No, I wouldn't have thought.
It's
This is
actually
interesting.
challenging.
This is interesting.
Barfoot.
But yeah,
Yeah, who doesn't like the Crazy Coaster?
I don't know.
I just don't think any of them look like that.
I was about to say Brad Hill's too sensible, but then I was remembering that video that he took when he was FaceTiming his mate and then put his mate on with Brett Ratton, which is one of the all-time funniest things I've ever seen. Oh, great. So definitely not Brad Hill.
Forgot about
jeez.
I
that.
reckon Paddy Ryder.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I think he's just, and I know he's not technically where he's
He's probably always full. He's
No.
always got a full belly.
well, A, full, but B, I think he'd just be thinking at his age and stage and height and weight, he'd just be looking up and being like, nah, I don't need to do that. Don't need to do that.
That's probably a good a guess as any. I don't really...
Don't need it. Nah, call time on that.
And now it's time for the Eagles. West Coast players. Do they even have any players?
Yeah, a couple. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Which West Coast player is known for being a bit of a nosy neighbour?
What does that
What does
even
that?
mean?
Yeah. What does that mean?
What is that? And he wanks his nose and then looks at me as he does it. What are you talking about?
What does that mean?
What's a nosy neighbour?
Well, a nosy neighbour.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Explain, if you would, please.
What one's? Well.
No, come on. You dug this hole.
Oh, I've dug this hole, haven't
Dig
I?
up, stupid.
Who's a bit who likes to be nosy against
You didn't think this through. This is hallmark Des. I thought I was going to say something funny and I didn't.
No,
think it
I
through.
actually think I know what he means, but I think now that he said it, he doesn't want us to answer.
He's out on a wire now. He's exposed himself and
I
he's
want
not
you to
happy.
answer. I want you to answer.
I don't really know if I want to. 'Cause
No.
I don't want to put that out there.
No, a nosy neighbour. A nosy. All right.
Shannon Hearn looks like the kind of bloke that would be constantly checking out his neighbour's lawn
That's
to
what I
see if
mean.
he's matched up.
Yeah.
I can tell you now. It is the exact opposite. Dad. Yeah, I'm sure I've told you this.
He's a farmer, yeah.
Yeah, but Dad, like family mates with
Yes.
the Hearns.
Yeah, but
has met Shannon a billion times.
But he looks like he'd be quite interested in gardening.
He would be perfect and will be, once he's done, perfectly happy standing in the middle of a field 10 kilometres from the nearest house and just being like peace and quiet. That's going to be Shannon Hearn once he's done. So yeah, he did said to Dad once, he's like, I don't mind you coming over, but no one else. No, don't bring anyone around. And Dad was like, my son's a fuckwit. That's fair. Both of them.
Yeah.
That's fair. This is not answering the question in any way, shape, and form. I tell you what, I reckon Duggan does not like being kept up of a weeknight. All right, he's got to get up early the next day, get the kids off to school. If the neighbours are having a racket, he's looking out the window, he's peeping through the curtains,
I just don't know about that.
peeping through the curtains, being like, "Shut up."
Duggan looks like a bad boy.
No, that's how they get you though. It's camouflage. It's urban camouflage. I'm saying Duggan. Duggan for mine.
There's
1 to
there's
39.
just no good answer.
Let's
to this.
move on.
1 to 39, Liam Duggan.
I
on that
regret.
one. What? This or everything that you've ever done, ever?
Just this.
Good answer. Right, let's roll on. Now, this for mine is game of the round, if you don't mind. Saturday afternoon qualifying final at Geelong's home ground. That's right, the MCG. It is.
James. I was like, no way. I was like, that's a lie.
It is the Geelong Cats versus the Collingwood Magpies. Now, word reached my ears, Des, that apparently Geelong requested, because they're obviously finished higher on the ladder, they requested a nighttime slot because they truly believe that they'll get more fans to a nighttime slot of a Saturday afternoon, twilight, evening, excuse me, than what Collingwood would if they played it at like your traditional 1 o'clock, 12:30 time slot.
I think that makes sense.
Do you know what though?
Excuse me.
People from Geelong can stay over in Melbourne overnight.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
I
drive
was going to
home.
say, yeah, it just depends on what you would think the people of Geelong would do. Because if they would want to go back to Geelong, because Geelong people are stupidly patriotic, and if they win and they beat the Pies, but they want to go back to Geelong and then they start celebrating, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
if it's
are they weirdly patriotic? I don't know Geelong.
Well, if it was
Geelong
like
people, you tell us.
I can tell you now, you should know, they froth it. If you're from Geelong, it's like some weird
But do you know what I mean?
magical disease in your blood that pulls you back there. You just can't
and that's
ever
what I mean.
leave.
So that's why I think this night slot, because I did see this, and I thought this night slot or twilight, what time does it start?
Twilight, yeah. It's
So-
late
yeah.
afternoon into the evening, yeah.
I feel like it's a bit unusual for the Pies, for the Cats, because I thought that they would want to. Their fans want to get back home.
No,
they want to get on the Furfies back in Geelong.
I reckon
they
it
don't want the Furfies in the city.
I reckon it does allow them to get up the highway. It does allow them to make that trip. Whereas if it was, say, 12:30 game, you want to be getting there 11:30, which means you're going to have to be getting on the hoof 10 o'clock, realistically, because the road's going to be choked. This is in no way at all previewing the game. However, there's your weather report. There's your driving report. If you're on the road, careful in that. It's cold, winter and such. Dan, for mine, this game can be summed up in 3 words. System versus momentum. That's what's going head to head here. The Cats system versus Collingwood's momentum. Now you can say, what are you talking about, Rich, you buffoon? Geelong have won, 11 in a row, something like that. How is that not momentum? I agree with you. That's fine. But
13. Actually, 13
It
in
is
a row.
13? I was
Far
about to
out.
say 13 and I was like, that's not right.
13 in a row. I apologise. I said 11 before.
That's unreal consistency. But in terms of just playing above and beyond expectations, riding the wave of emotion, first year, Craig McRae, and we know it's going to come back down to earth next year. Momentum, Pies, especially from the last 2 weeks. So settled Cats, hot and fiery pies. What do you reckon?
I totally agree with you. I think the thing for that Geelong will be worrying about though is that no matter what the score is at half time, 3/4 time, it's not good enough to put away the Pies. You just be. It's like looking for shadows over your shoulder. Like you're just expecting them to come all the time.
Did you say shadows?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to turn and make fun of saying "come" all the time.
That's
what I.
No, come on, mate. God, this is a family show, mate.
The two of us have brains, mate.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
Go away.
Cummies.
Got me.
I think what Collingwood has done has put the fear of God into teams. Because that say, for example, that Carlton game, Carlton would have been, at the 3/4 time chat, they would have just been pissing it. Because they would have thought we're home and hose. But this is Collingwood. And Geelong will be thinking the exact same thing. I think Geelong is going to win. I've got them 1-39. Most of the Pies games that they've won in these close, under 6 points, under 10 points, they're against like bottom of the table teams. They've actually only won 37.5% of their games against top 8 contenders this year. It's not that great, but all those games have the finals atmosphere. So it's
pressure.
It's
pressure.
What to add to yours? You can add a third word to that: pressure. Who deals with the pressure better? Collingwood's going to be fine.
I can tell you right now, Collingwood will deal with the pressure much better. That doesn't mean the result will be in Collingwood's favour, but they will deal with the pressure. Geelong just do not handle pressure.
If it's within 10 points with 5 minutes to go,
you're nervous if you're a Geelong fan.
You'll back Collingwood in. You absolutely will back Collingwood.
You've seen it too often this year. It's interesting. Go on.
You know what happened their last game?
I do.
Are you going to say it?
I was. Go on.
44 points to like what, 2? They absolutely mauled them. And the thing with Collingwood is they are having these close games with these teams that are not Geelong. They are not playing Geelong. Geelong are the informed team of the competition by far. Easily. $3 to win the flag is actually very, very nice. I don't know why they're being so disrespected.
Because this is their least favourite time of the year.
Exactly
when it actually matters.
I know, but they haven't been this far ahead of the other teams.
No, but
they've not been anywhere near this far ahead. And they've played Port. The 2 times that they've lost these, in this situation where they've lost, they played Port at Adelaide both times. Because I watched the games and they were horrendous.
The 2 times in this situation, it's been literally almost every year since their last flag.
No, but when you watch through, they've been in elimination. Like when they've been in the top 4.
They cannot
the last
win
in
September.
In 2020 and in 2021. Last year they played and in 2020.
Yeah, but the running joke, I agree with you, but the running joke has always been Geelong shit the pants after the bye. Always come out of a bye and lose. They did not do that this year. And always they murder everyone during the year and then they get to finals and they once again shart their pants.
Not by this much though. They were not this far ahead.
This is a genuinely different Geelong to the last decade. Yes. This is a really, really different Geelong. It's interesting you said about last time they played. That was round 3, I believe. 44-2. It's just too much for mine. It was 90-59 during that third quarter. And the Pies were tackling and throwing themselves at Geelong like it was a 2-point difference. And it was the class and experience of Geelong that held them in that good stead and held them at arm's reach. That's not gone anywhere. If anything, that's only been solidified by blokes like Stanley, who all of a sudden is playing.
And he's back in too.
He is back in, massive in for them, but playing as a ruck, playing as a mobile midfielder.
Yep.
Genius move. Tom Atkins being able to push up into the midfield at a moment's notice if you need him. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Tom Stewart's now back. This is fantastic. Cameron, will he play? Won't he play? He's absolutely playing. This is massive.
I don't see them getting 40 points down again though.
I don't see the Pies getting no. I don't think you're going to see that blowout. But I just don't believe that the Pies are going to have the weaponry up their sleeve to be able to get over the top of the Cats. All right, here you go. Hypothetical. You've got a forward line consisting of 3 All-Australian blokes now in Cameron, Hawkins and Stengel. Now, let's take Stengel out of the equation. Who the hell lines up on Cameron and Hawk? You've got Darcy Moore. He's going to take 1. Who's the next tallest bloke? Jeremy Howe?
Oh, it'd be a mixture of Howe and Maynard.
And they're, 190 centimetres
I would back
best?
Maynard in against anybody.
Against Cameron?
Yep.
Jeepers.
Wow. And Maynard himself... It has had an absolutely fantastic season.
Man's a pit bull.
Full of confidence. If anyone in that defense could do it, it would be Maynard. I would back him in to do it.
Oh, he's
a dog. He is a dog.
The attributes say otherwise, though.
I'd say,
he's just too big.
On the other end of the scale, Pies' forward line is versatile and it's dynamic. You've got blokes who... Elliott epitomises how Collingwood's been playing recently. Ash Johnson, same deal. Come out of nowhere, all of a sudden, killing it. Jack Ginnivan, the darling. I like him. I genuinely like him. He's come out of nowhere. He's been lighting the joint on fire. Now, you've got this rash, brash forward line coming up against just dour, sturdy, no-nonsense operators in the form of Tui and Stewart, who have been doing this for years. This back line's been doing this for years. They've seen and blown out better forward lines than this. Look, I think if you get Jamie Elliott under the thumb and you keep him there, I just don't see where the other avenues to goal are coming from. You can't expect Ginnivan to kick 5 in a qualifying final, that sort of thing. It's just not going to happen. Same with Mason Cox. Darcy Cameron will go forward at some point. Jag one, no. Looking at, let's call the midfield a dead heat. Let's call the midfield a dead heat in terms of Cats forwards versus Pies backs. I've got Cats forwards all day. In terms of the Pies forward line versus Cats back line, I've got Cats back line all day. With that in mind, I'm saying Geelong Cats 1-39.
Yep.
Very exciting game.
It huge.
Is.
All these games are unreal.
Yep.
Also worth knowing, Collingwood are 17th in the league for clearances and centre bounce clearances. Can you afford to give that up against the Cats?
I'm telling you.
Daddy says no.
I'm telling you cannot. There's no chance.
Computer says no.
Computer does say no.
Computer says no, but I tell you, computers spat out some filthy looking bets. I've got a multi the size of Bethlehem. Dan, go for it.
Oh, you want me to jump mine first?
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool. I've got Guinea for a goal. $1.25.
The pig.
Nice. It's a nice little fluffer.
It'll be exciting. I'll let him do it first.
I've got,
and then just give it to him.
I've got Grind Mize for a goal.
Imagine,
Come out, Liz.
No, you're right. No,
sorry.
Come out and just roll.
No.
Just purring at the Cats.
But no, imagine Guinea kicks a goal and then gives it the...
in the short, yeah.
Hands down the pants.
What you want to grab?
What do you want to grab?
Stop that.
Do you know
I'd
what?
spit.
Do you know what would be the only thing funnier?
Oh.
If he did that with that face and then just pulled out a cat headband with the ears. Just put it on for the fellas.
And then his phone out of his pocket. Yeah, sure.
Elite. And I actually believe that he would do that.
I'd cry.
If given the opportunity. I think he's the kind of operator that just would do that.
I'd buy a Pies
for
membership
fun.
tomorrow.
I've got a Grind Mize for a goal. He's kicked 5 in his last 5. All right. $1.91. That seems a bit rude for mine.
A bit of that.
Come on, it.
I've got... this is purely speculative. I've got Mason Cox for a goal.
He does his best work in finals.
$2.20. He loves a big moment.
He does his best work in finals.
He's going to have to kick goal.
And he's kicked one in his last 3, so I'll just back him in for one more. And Brandon Parfitt, exhibit for 20-plus disposals, $1.37.
Underrated. Very, very underrated in that Geelong team.
Massively so. He's having a real good end to the year.
I'm glad that he's finished off well because we were hot on him in about, I reckon it was lockdown time, COVID.
Yep.
COVID
I was
time.
probably hot on him about 4 years ago, to be honest.
2020.
When he popped up initially, I was like, hello, boys.
Wait a minute.
And then he dropped off, and then he came out with the cornrows, and I'm like, right, I'm back.
I'm back
the
on
man
deck.
crushes back,
Yeah.
and I'm back.
Yeah.
I
Then he got rid of him after one game, though.
Yeah, but then he had like a full afro on
Yeah.
the go. He's
Yeah,
just a
that's
versatile
cool.
man.
He's like CJ. He's like CJ in San Andreas. We just one day he's just grown a whole head of hair.
Right, well, I have CJ Parfitt for 20-plus disposals, thanks. Isaac Smith I've got down for 20. I'm just sensing if the Cats get it done at the end of this year, I reckon he might just tip his hat and head off into the sunset.
I think it wouldn't
I've
be a
just
bad
got
shout.
I've just got that vibe about it. I've just got that feeling. Max Holmes for the Cats, another young mid that they've really unearthed out of nowhere and who's just crushing it in terms of capability in that team, and I'm loving it. Max Holmes, Tom Atkins, Braden Maynard, all to have 15 disposals. Ash Johnson, Jamie Elliott, Jack Ginnivan, all to kick a goal for the Pies. And Geelong to win head-to-head was paying $1.40 by itself, and I couldn't go past that. Could not go past it. Smack all of them together, and it's paying $16. And then you put in a boost, and it's about 20.
Lovely.
Wowee. That's a great game.
$1.40 is nice.
For a head-to-head. I hate the head-heads typically, but I couldn't sneer at that. Couldn't sneer at that. Right, last one. Last game of the week. Here we go. Saturday night eliminator at Optus Stadium. It is the Fremantle Dockers versus the Western Bulldogs. Desi, little Desi, give me an idea, an inkling.
Can't see the Dockers losing this.
Okay.
I'm still looking forward to it, but it's comfortably the game I'm looking forward to the least.
I think it's. Do you know what? No, I like that this is last because this is a Saturday night. You can enjoy Saturday. I'll be enjoying my Saturday night with a few cold beverages. And if I don't
A
remember,
few less than last week, please.
If I don't-
I'm begging.
I wouldn't have thought.
if I don't,
If I know Desmond,
Yeah.
and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I can't help it. All right, it's just how it is. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
You have one, you have 17. It's just what it is. It's just how it is.
I tell you.
If I don't remember this game and I wake up the next day, I'm still going to know the outcome.
Mm.
And I'm very, very happy that the AFL have done that. It's a great way to finish. Freo are going to get up. They're just a better team. Western Bulldogs have made finals because of Carlton. They haven't made finals because they've been playing great footy.
They've limped in.
Do you know what I mean? They have not played. They and I'm not saying they don't deserve it. You deserve. You're in the position you are. You deserve it. They've been up and down this year, but they should not be in this game.
Dogs have
It's
won their
not
last
on
2
them.
games at Optus. What do you think about that?
I don't care.
To that point, though, I'd be more excited if this was Dockers versus Carlton.
I agree.
I genuinely would
Because
be-
they've had some bouts.
Yes, I actually genuinely would be more excited to watch that. The Dogs have just been... They've just been disappointing from start until finish of this year.
I
it's
think this
really,
game's good,
really
though.
shit.
I like this game because I think Freo can look really, really good, which is going to hype up next week. Do you know what I mean? This is like that jobber where you bring in the jobber, you bring in the little fella,
Yep.
and he gets crushed by the bigger fella.
Sure.
That's exactly what I think this is going to be good. I think Freo are going to look really good this week. And then next week, whenever they play, who will they play? The loser of, I believe they will be, if we are right, they're going to be playing Collingwood, I believe.
Calling.
I'll double
yes.
check that. You talk.
Yeah.
And I'll double check.
All right, I'll talk.
You've
I'll
heard
talk.
You've heard him.
Thank you, Des. I'll talk. Dan, since round 14, right, post-bye, the Dogs have gone 2 wins, 2 losses. 2 wins, 2 losses,
All right,
2
stop
wins.
talk. Confirm it's the Pies. Re-talk.
Re-talk. Start again.
I heard you.
Wine.
I heard.
Play.
2-2-2-2.
Means they're due a loss.
Yep.
If the pattern holds, they are due a loss.
And doesn't that just tell you how disappointing they've been? Like, it's just, there's no consistency.
You
there.
should be filthy if you're a Dogs fan because you make a grand final one year and because Carlton couldn't hold a lead to save their life. To save their life is the only reason you're in playing. That should be a giant story and it's not. Interestingly, possibly a little peek into the psyche at Whitten Oval. Beveridge in the week come out and said that the game has gone past us. The game has gone past us.
Why would you want
that
your
mean?
Why would you want your coach saying that in the first week of finals?
Horrendous.
The game's gone past you. What? Are they... That's like something...
Horrendous.
That's like something your nan would say.
That's like getting in early, giving an excuse as to why you're going to get beat. Do you remember like arm wrestling
The game
kids?
has gone past. He did not say that.
I promise you, yeah.
That is so poor from him. Oh, well, Freo, $1.40 lock of the week.
But
Done.
yeah,
Look, I mean, that is such a Bevo thing to do, though.
So
like, that
poor.
is such a Bevo thing to
But-
do.
but-
that's,
you're a dog
but
supporter.
that's coming up with an excuse before the fight. Like, do you remember being, say, like at school and arm wrestling a kid? Oh, do you want to arm wrestle? And then he's like, oh, I hurt my wrist playing footy yesterday.
Yeah, I'll do it.
He's coming
I'll
out
do
with
it,
the
yeah.
excuse to explain the loss before it happens. And then you beat him. Oh, yeah, but I had my wrist was
Look, again,
was
and
smashed
yet
out.
again, up there with Chris Scott for doing this, because they always have got reasons and excuses for losing.
I hate it.
It's just crap. You're giving your team an out, because now they've heard that and they're already thinking, oh, well, if we lose, whatever.
Yeah, Bevo's written us off.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
What's Mad Monday doing, boys?
$1.55 it's paying. And
For
the
what?
Dogs have lost each of their last 6 games as underdogs.
That's interesting.
So
And-
$1.55.
yeah, but you go on.
No,
on,
all I was
please.
going to say was just to finish off on the Dogs here. There's an article on the AFL app today about mega preview for the game, blah blah blah, who's hot, what's not, blah blah, all that sort of stuff. The main talking point for the Dogs is how good Sam Darcy's been in his 3rd game, and that is the linchpin for how this game goes for the Dogs. Really like Sam Darcy. Think he's great.
Oh, so do I.
If you're pinning your finals hopes on a 3-game player who doesn't know
big
whether he's a
man.
forward or a back yet, it's trouble. Big trouble.
Goodbye, my lover.
You could be pinning.
Goodbye,
you
Bevo.
could, you
I'm
could
not
be
even
pinning your
interested in
hopes
this
on
game.
Aaron Norton. You could be pinning your hopes on Marcus Bontempelli, Jack McRae, Josh Dunkley,
Jamara.
Bailey Smith, Jamara Ugle-Hagan. Nah, 3-gamer.
What about Book?
It's not.
Goodbye, Buku. No.
They've also got the worst winning percentage of all top 8 teams against other top 8 teams. I'm
Correct.
tipping the Dockers with full confidence.
They lost to Adelaide and Ballarat.
I'm also tipping the Dockers
Lol,
1 to
cop that,
39.
mate. Cop that bond.
It was embarrassing. I'm tipping the Dockers 1 to 39. My question here is, though, Desi, how do the Freo youngsters handle A, finals pressure, and B, the expectation of being the favourites?
But the funny thing is, it doesn't matter when the other team already is in the back door going to Bali next week. They've already booked their tickets, mate.
You still got to get the dub.
And look,
They've already booked, Dogs already booked their tickets.
They
Dogs
have
don't-
played some big games already this year. They beat Geelong, one of the few teams.
They beat
to do it.
Melbourne in Melbourne.
I think they'll handle it well,
I hope so.
as long as it doesn't rain. Any sprinkling going on.
Yeah, but even then, that last game, I think it was GWS that they played, where it was sloppy underfoot.
Yeah,
they
that's
did well.
GWS.
They did.
Yeah, but you have to beat who's in front of you.
I know.
Look, the small Freo forwards
no.
versus the small dogs backs, I think is going to be quite interesting. Go on.
What time is the game?
Oh no.
7:30. It's
Oh no.
Oh no, and it's big rains. Big rains. Oh no, do you know what? It clears up at 8 o'clock. It's partly cloudy.
Oh,
at 8.
perfect.
So
Should be
they're going
right.
to be down by 50 and still come back
No,
and win.
good drainage at Optus. I'm happy with that. Look, yeah, small Freo forwards versus small dogs backs, I think is an interesting point. As I said, the rucks are quite even. Both midfields are quite deep. This should be a very even contest, but dogs' consistency has been pus. Has been pus. Freo deserve it as much as you can deserve anything when it comes to finals. I'd love to see Freo get a dub. Bont healed up is a big, well, assuming he's telling the truth and not Porky Pies and just trying to say, no, I'm right to go, boys. I hope he's genuinely all right, but...
surely James Ace just goes straight to him.
I would, yeah.
Straight to him.
That's my
and
first check.
just checks whether he is healthy or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely, you got it.
Well,
No, it's got
oil
to be...
check him or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Gut check him.
Fingers right up the dupper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Hopawati style.
Yes. Thumb in the cooter. Thumb in the
Well,
cooter.
this jar of Nutella's just not coming open. Oh, no.
Who opens a jar of Nutella with their thumb?
John Hopawati. That's why it's so dirty.
Braun Strowman.
I've
yeah,
never clenched so hard. I'm in pain.
Oh, apologies to John. And apologies to the dogs. I'm writing you off Freo 1-39.
Yep, absolutely.
Bets. Bet me up, boy.
I have Lockie Schultz for a goal, $1.35. Dogs' defense is pitiful, so I imagine there'll be a few, unless it's raining that heavily, could be a low-scoring game. But Schultzy for a goal, $1.35. I've got Sarong for 25 plus. Done it in his last 5. That's $1.69. I've got Baz Smith and Josh Dunkley for 25 plus each.
I'm with you on the dunks. Dunkaroos, 25, please. Mundy and Ed Richards to have 20 disposals apiece. Been ultra consistent, those blokes, over the last 2 months in terms of getting their touches in. So Mundy and Richards was paying like $1.55, 60, somewhere in there. Stupid money. Disrespectful money. So Richards and Mundy, 20 plus apiece. Will Brodie, 25. Loving everything he's done this year. That'll continue. I also had Schultz for an anytime goal. I was looking at Nat Fife for an anytime goal as well because I thought he would just sit forward all day. He's been ruled out. No Fife. No Fife. So, yeah, keep your eyes open on that
How
one for
long's
next
he out
week.
for?
Well, that's all going to depend as to how Freo go, I think.
If they win this week, he'll front up next week. There'll be some shots had. He'll front up.
Freo on the Pies or Freo on Geelong.
He'll get that Captain. He'll get that Captain America gamma radiation into him, baby.
If
He'll be fine.
if Geelong lose and they play Freo, will it be at Skilled or will it be at the MCG?
It'll be the G. They want bulk crowd.
Oh, I actually don't know that it would.
They want a bulk crowd there. The AFL are not going to go to Geelong where they're missing an entire stand. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Would.
Not going to happen. Anyways, Bontempelli, anytime goal. Yes, please. Bont for 20 plus
Marvel.
disposals as where the Marvel actual, yeah. Bont 20, Bont goal. That's what I had. All of those together, minus Nat 5, is paying like $28 or something stupid like that. If that's what you want to do. But I advocate that you gamble responsibly if you are gambling at all. These are just our thoughts. It's not financial advice, etc., etc. Compare the pair. Same age, same super contribution, all the rest of it. That's fine.
Cummies.
Oh, no. But thank you for joining us. Week 1, it's massive. It's been bloody great to be back in the studio, coming to you in your ear holes and polluting your vision as
Up
we
the
do every
spiders.
week.
Up the spiders.
Up the how long spiders. We love them. We're on them. Like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. If you wouldn't mind, we'd appreciate it massively. So if you're on the podcast, jump on the YouTube. If you're on the YouTube, jump on the socials, Armchair AD, Facebook, Instagram, all the rest of it. Boys, I need a lie down. I'm bugging.
Absolutely. Big nap time. There's a big weekend of footy coming, fellas.
Big weekend of footy, big nap time, big
Hard
cummies,
in
and we'll see
pant.
you next week.